So why did my business explode in a good way after I get tickets to this event?
Exploding business not good?
Exploding meaning people come find me all the time. I have more clients in these couple of months than the whole last year.
What is it you don't understand? Because that's what we've been talking about.
Yeah, but
You think it's a freak of nature that freakishly things got going better for me when I started learning what to do about creating. Freakishly.
I've learned before, but when I got the tickets, that's when everything changed.
Well, maybe getting that ticket was part of the cluster of a whole lot of things just putting themselves together. And can you feel, even though you're smiling beautifully and positive in your attitude and sound, can you feel that there's some doubt still in your question?
I'm afraid it's going to stop once this is over.
So you're thinking that the ticket was the magic.
I have to get a new one.
Write that down. We can use that as a selling point. This is just part of the manifestation. That's all. It's just part of the cooperative universe putting itself together. In other words, you are the creator of your experience. So let's talk about this expectation, because you could play this expectation thing in a way that feels good or in a way that doesn't feel so good. You could go upper half of the emotional scale or lower half. You could say, things are really working out for me, and there's evidence of it showing up everywhere, and a couple of pieces of it, my business is taking off, and I'm going to do something really fun. Or you could fan the flames of a negative expectation and say, sort of something like you did say, that it seems like the magic happened when the ticket came into my possession, and now what am I going to do next? What am I going to do next? You have enough in your vortex to keep yourself busy for 20 or 30 lifetimes. The calling is going to continue to come. So the only question that you want to ask yourself is, how can I be aware of how well I'm calibrating? And we think an easier way to ask that question of yourself is, how can I keep my mood up? And there's lots of answers to that. How can I keep my mood up? Don't hang around with people who are miserable. That helps a lot. You say, but I'm married to that person. Married to that miserable person.
It's getting better, though. I love you.
And so now the real question is, how can I keep my expectation feeling good when things that are frequently observable don't feel so good? And we say it's about getting out ahead of it. It's about having such a clear intention to feel good that you're really good at feeling good when it's easy to feel good. And the more often you deliberately feel good when it's easy to feel good, then the more often you can feel good when it's not so easy to feel good. You're not ever going to not have negative emotion. Negative emotion is a good thing because it's an indicator of what you're doing vibrationally. And since you're never finished, you're always going to have asked for something that's at a vibrational frequency beyond where you are. So you've just got to give in to the fact that you're always in the process of becoming more. And that's a good thing. That's not a bad thing. The other day when Esther was on her way out to the property, there were a number of things that had sort of blindsided her, and she was having some knee-jerk reactions to the pump in the pump house not working right, and the pond wasn't filtering the way that it was supposed to, and the swimming pool water was not quite in balance the way it was supposed to be, and there were several things. And Esther is driving, and she's talking to her dearly not-so-departed Jerry, and she's saying to him, because he was the one that got her into this mess, all of this mess, he's responsible for all of this mess. And she said, what in the world were you thinking? Why would you purchase 40 acres and then put 3 wells on the property with all that that entails and all of the moving parts of all of that? Why would you do that? Why would you get all of this stuff in motion and then leave it to me to tend to? And he said so clearly to her, it seemed like a good idea at the time. Those are the most powerful and profound, important words that Esther has ever heard. It was a good idea at the time. It felt like a good idea at the time. That's a really good phrase for you to let yourself and everybody else off the hook, because you've always been doing the best that you could do. Let everybody off the hook. Understand that they're all doing the best that they can do at the time. Be glad for that. Yes?
I have another question
Yes?
about language.
Yes?
I've heard you say that the meditation was not allowed to be translated into other languages because the English meditation is perfect, that all the words were carefully chosen.
Just about once a week, someone sends Esther a letter, sometimes even a book that's been translated into another language, and point out to her that what they know Abraham to have said, the translation does not say it. And since that meditation CD is about frequency, that was the concern that Jerry and Esther had that time ago.
So my question is that I've listened to you in English, I've read
The
you
answer
and
is
everything.
that meditation CD is perfect as it is. Even if someone is not understanding the words, they are receiving the vibration of it.
Oh, I love that. My question was about when I do writing things down or
Yes.
doing the, practices from the law of attraction, or actually ask and it's given book, if I should do them in English or my own language.
Whatever is
Does
most
it-
comfortable to you.
Okay, because it feels
Path
a
of
little
least
bit
resistance
different.
is an important thing. The path of least resistance means the path that feels the most ease. It's standing on a path where you feel the impulse to move. The impulse to move, because that means you're being called in the direction of your vortex, your inner being, and all that you're asking for. There's not a right and wrong way to do anything. There's a easier way and a harder way. There's a way in concert with your inner being and in resistance to your inner being. Humans really want there to be a way. And you want somebody to tell you what it is. No, you want somebody to tell everybody what it is. It's not enough for you to know. You want everybody else to know. And it's not enough for them to know it. You want them to do it. Yeah. You want them to know what the right way is and do the right way. And what we want you to understand is that you all have your unique way of getting to where you want to be. And so, of course, whatever feels best to you. Yeah? Yep.
Yes, thank you.
Logical? Is it logical?
Yeah.
Does that feel logical? First of all, did that feel important to you? It was. Did it feel logical to you? If it feels logical to you, that's that feeling of resonance. But the question that you want to ask yourself, this matters. This is a leading edge conversation. It feels logical, therefore I'm feeling resonance with it. Is the resonance with my inner being? Does this feel like authentic self-resonance? Or does it just feel normal because that's what I grew up in and that's what I've been hanging around in? And the only way for you to really sort out the true resonance with inner being is by being aware of how it feels. Just settles in and feels good, feels like love, feels like appreciation, feels interesting, feels fascinating, seemed like a good idea at the time. That's that kind of resonance, you see? That's really what you're wanting to get really good at. You are masters of creation. You are. That's who has gathered here. You're masters of creation. And the differences are subtle, but you can figure them out. Just feel your way into your alignment, into your bliss, into those moments where so many things are putting themselves together that you just feel so blessed. You just know unequivocally that I'm in the right place, in the right mindset, in the right vibration, in perfect concert with inner being, experiencing the leverage of the energy that creates worlds in your attraction power. Really good. Yeah.